It's weird how people say follow your dreams instead of follow your ambitions, because once I had a dream where I worked for a place that tried to genetically engineer ducks to speak English, except the ducks only criticized people's fashion sense. Please, follow your dream. Please, do not feed your game a generic flavor blasted tortilla chips or Mountain Fizz. It will make them sick, or possibly worse. If you can't afford the real thing, then you shouldn't have gotten a gamer in the first place. Lol. OP acting like it's ethical for anyone to own a gamer, no matter how real the food they can afford for it is. Gamers are wild animals. Imprinting on human beings can be seriously psychologically damaging to them. Just don't keep them. This is a dangerous myth. Gamers are actually a lot like pugs or Persian cats in that they're an unethical modern breed of clown that can barely care for themselves in captivity, let alone the wild. Ah yes, the usual gamers should be put down nonsense I keep seeing around, posing up their own myths as if they're debunking other people's. Gamers are not a clown breed, they are a dog breed, and anyone who's done any actual research can tell you. Are there dangerous gamers? Yes, but they generally come from owners who raise them for status rather than actually care or train them, which is honestly a universal problem. It's just awful when people take their own prejudices and try and play as if those are universal across a breed, especially as it's always a precursor to some attempt to eliminate it. It's a thing I won't stand for pit bulls, and I certainly won't stand for it with gamers either. As a gamer mom myself, I thank you for defending them. They're really loyal and easy to train when they're young. If you train them right and give them lots of love, then they'll be the best pet you could ever ask for. My little cod god is the best thing to ever come into my life, and if you are able to care for one, I greatly suggest you adopt one from a local YouTube comments section, but don't support breeders. I remember the first time I tried drying catnip in the food dehydrator and accidentally invented a cat vape station. Came home to all 3 of them, only had 3 at the time, literally laying on / around the dehydrator, stoned out of their little kitty minds. I think we have a business plan here, folks. I hate that September, October, November and December aren't the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th months. Whoever f***ed this up should be stabbed. Good news. My parents just switched me from wet to dry food, and it's fucking ruining my life. I love the idea of ghosts not being dead people, but just places where time is kind of thin. Like one of my friends and his girlfriend have a ghost in their very old New England house that's apparently an old to me little boy who does like jump on the bed and slam doors, but if they tell him very sternly, "Daniel, stop that," the activity stops immediately. And I love the idea that years ago there's this rowdy little 19th century boy just being alive and playing in his room, but if he gets too loud sometimes, the ghostly form of my 21st century friend shows up and is like, "Hey, cut it out," and then vanishes, and no one believes this child. 8 years old, college reading level, the weight of the world on my shoulders. 20 years old, illiterate, the weight of the universe has given me chronic back pain. I don't wanna be that B, dare I say it. iCarly was funnier than Friends. My dad's funeral was funnier than Friends. Much better. Sonic the Hedgehog movie, 2020. So much better. When I was little, my mom's meatloaf was my favorite food, but only her meatloaf. I didn't like anyone else's, and she told me that she would teach me how to make it when I was older. And when I was like 19, she finally taught me, but she told me never to tell anyone else, and I was like, weird, but okay. Anyway, she was super fucking homophobic and abusive to me when I told her I was gay, so here's the recipe. 4 to 6 pounds of hamburger / turkey burger, 1 park onion soup mix or ranch mix, 1 TBS ketchup, 1 TBS spicy brown mustard, 1 TBS BBQ sauce, 1 TBS steak sauce, 1 egg. Mix, shape into a loaf in a big pan, and bake at 350 for 2 hours, maybe 2.5, if you're feeling dangerous. You can get almost all of these ingredients at the dollar store and have leftovers if it's just you. The leftovers make great tacos if taco seasoning is also like $1. Enjoy your revenge loaf. Me at 4 in the afternoon watching a 2 hours video essay tearing apart a movie that I've never seen. Men in ties talking all the time. Sock puppets mom wants me to watch. Adults kissing each other and getting mad. People like grandpa hitting balls into holes with sticks. Old cartoons I've seen a zillion times. Nickelodeon. 1998 Nickelodeon trade ad. It's amazing how they could make an ad from 1998 that looks like a post made a week ago. Tim, tell me your most secret fantasy. Me. Well, I'm out at a bar and it's karaoke night. I'm with a bunch of cowhawkers, but really it's more like we are friends and cowhawkers and it's my turn to sing. But I'm like, come on you guys, no one wants to hear me sing. But they're like, of course we do. You never sing. You have to. So I'm like okay, fine. I sing Total Eclipse of the Heart. People are openly weeping. A record executive approaches me and tells me that he's only here by accident on a layover, but I have reignited his passion for music. And can I come out to LA right away? Tim, I'm into sexual fantasy. Me. Hang on, we are getting there. What if we pronounced female like tamale? Tamale isn't even a fking word, you fking dipsh. The singular term is tamal. Betty ate a fking tamal. Plural is tamales. Betty and the hoes ate some fking tamales. I swear if I see another person say or use tamale, I will implode. Anyways, imagine if we pronounced female like tamale. Do you ever wonder if anyone else in the world is listening to the exact same song as you and on the exact same lyric as you? No, I'm already familiar with the concept of FM radio. Flower language has always been an intense source of disappointment for me. Like, they all mean really generic things, like love or forever, or I'm sorry. I thought you could combine flowers. Like you could just send someone a bouquet, and from the combination of hibiscus and posies and tulips they'd understand. The rebel leader is dead. Rendezvous at the docks at 8. Bring the dog. You will need lighter fluid and a large tomato. I really hope no one's answered this for you yet. I saw this and got so excited that my obscure knowledge base might come into use. I had to stretch a few flowers so to speak, but Victorian flower language allows for alteration in meaning depending on color, fruit, flower, bud, stem, leaves, and thorns. So I didn't feel I was too far out of line. This message would work best as two bouquets bound together. First red nasturtium with no leaves. Red denotes a leader. The nasturtium a patriot, mixed with white or red mask flowers, rebellion. Red if you want to emphasize fighting. White martyrdom, around cypress, death. Then chickweed, rendezvous, and blue convolvulus, night, surrounded by 8 white popular leaves, symbolizes the time. 8, yellow iris, flame, and a flower that grows by rivers, and yellow prairie dock flowers. This was closest I could find to docks, and 1 large tomato leaf, all bound in dogwood bark. Dogwood represents deceit, but as far as I could find, the bark wasn't used symbolically, and as you referred to the dog instead of a dog, I thought it was likely the pun should be a dead giveaway. Why did I try weed? OMG, I'ma die. I feel like a DVD player. This is genuinely the funniest thing I've ever seen. I'm losing it. Game show host. Congratulations. You just won a lifetime supply of tangerines. Me. But you only gave me 1 tangerine. Game show host. Pulling out a gun. Yep. The water that drips down my arms when I wash my face and makes a big mess. Fking fight me. Reasons I'm still on this hell site. 1. Nowhere else I could find posts this specifically relatable. Me. I need some serotonin. Husband. Stands up. Husband. Sits back down. Husband. I didn't remember what serotonin was until after I stood up, so I was dead as about to go get you some.